Boy, do we have a show for you. We just finished watching the Firefly Funhouse, whatever you want to call that. Uh, it was quite a show. It was quite a show. I'm here with my co-host John Cena.
It was the worst of all time, man.
I don't know how I feel about this damn show.
Mania was a piece of garbage. It was at a garbage time, though. It should have been delayed. It really should have. Corona ruined it, I understand that, but it should have just never happened, to be honest.
Yeah, if I'm being perfectly honest, like, wrestling without a crowd just doesn't work. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter, like the Boneyard match, okay, that worked for the gimmick of the match. But the match itself just didn't do justice.
The Boneyard match, it sucked?
No, it just didn't do the rest of the show justice. It
there was a couple goodies
Mm-hmm.
and a trash buffet.
Yeah. And it's like that's a good way to put it. Now honestly I think my biggest issue is like if this all happened in one night, like this whole show happened in one night, I feel like we would honestly what's the word I'm looking for? We would just turn off like that last man standing match. I can't wait to get into that. But like we would fall asleep. We would like have so much trouble watching this whole damn show. So good thing they made it 2 nights, because that was long. This show was long. You know, and if it didn't have the Boneyard match, if it didn't have the Firefly Funhouse match, it would have been even longer. That's the way I look at it. Well, anyway, the match starts off with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. Now, truthfully, this is one of those matches that fell victim to no crowd. It wasn't a bad match, because from what I saw, it looked like it had a lot of storytelling. It looked like it was a really fun back and forth match. But the issue is there was no crowd. And when there's no crowd, it's just a bunch of girls screaming obnoxiously and a whole bunch of slapping noises. It was just really like reduced in quality because of that. But I don't know. What did you think of the match, John?
It was okay, Matt. It wasn't bad. It was a good match. The outcome, I didn't really care for it. Like, I don't know why. I feel like Charlotte just stepped down and won like a mid-card title. You know, it's like Steve Austin going to win the damn IC title after winning the WWE. Like, it wouldn't help him, like, if he did that. And this is not really helping her. It kind of does, I guess. You just kind of ruin Ripley's momentum, though. I'm not trying to act like a smart, but, you know, it didn't help her.
Yeah, in all honesty, like, that's probably the biggest head scratcher of this match, is that, like, she won when it could have benefited Rhea Ripley more, and instead it really just kind of hurt Rhea Ripley. Because, like, this badass Rhea Ripley is this badass who, like, you know, you see her entrance, she looks cool. You see her finisher, she looks cool. When you saw her on the SmackDown where NXT took over and she, like, had that tag team match, she looked like a straight up badass. And she looked tough as nails. And in this match, you see her get trashed. The entire match, this big bully just beats her up. And she took it all, and she had like maybe 25% offense, and then she tapped out. Like, honestly, the psychology of the match, like, it really seemed like Rhea Ripley was going to win at the end, but But she came up short, and that's what really kind of like just for me kind of ruined the equity of Rhea Ripley as well. And I think for Rhea, like, where do you go from here? What do you do with her from here? Are we gonna get a rematch clause? Because I don't know. And honestly, where do you go with Charlotte from here? She's going to NXT, and now what? What's she gonna do at NXT now? At this point in her career. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, she's on her way out of WWE or she's going to retire. No, but she's bigger than NXT now. She doesn't need to go back to NXT. For what? For what? That's just my thoughts on that. Alright, so you have any other final comments on Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, John?
I'm done with that one.
Alright, let's go ahead. We tackled that one pretty quick. Let's get into match of the night, Aleister Black and Bobby Lashley. What what? How much of a bumbling dumbass did Bobby Lashley look like? He was literally he was about to defeat Aleister Black with the Dominator. And then his wife yelled at him to do the spear instead. And then, to top it all off, he listened to her. He had the match won. That was a bad finish. That was a really bad finish. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know. But, okay. So, alright. So, Bobby Lashley looks like a fool. But you know who didn't look like a fool? Let's get into Otis and Dolph Ziggler. What are your thoughts on that, John?
It was a decent match with a great ending.
Yeah.
Now, this match would have done a lot better and felt a lot better if there was a bunch of people cheering. This was one of those matches that are a crowd pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
And without no crowd, you can't do much crowd pleasing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it would have been a really good moment. But, you know, sadly. But Otis did get the girl in the end, and he did beat Dolph Ziggler, and it got exposed and stuff like that. Made Otis look good because he beat Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, and I personally was like, I enjoyed every minute of that. That show had a really good build to it. Like their program was really good, like really well built because they did this program. I want to say like, okay, so I think February. Okay, February. All the way to 2 months, like a nice, simple, entertaining storyline. Wasn't overcomplicated, and they made it really entertaining, and that's what I really liked about it. And I think that like for the payoff to happen without a crowd, it is disappointing, yes, but it had the right payoff. And I think that like the match itself was really good storytelling. There was good psychology. They didn't start with a headlock. Instead, Otis was chasing down Dolph Ziggler until Dolph Ziggler found an edge over the big man. That was really good. Truthfully, I can't wait to see what happens next with Sonya Deville and explaining her reasons as to why she sabotaged Otis and Mandy Rose. So I'm excited to see that, where they go with that. And it'll be pretty cool just to kind of see them together now. Because, I mean, in real life, they're married. And in the storyline, they're paired up now. So
I don't think they're married.
Well, I know they're together.
Are they?
Think. Yeah, because I remember seeing, like years ago, like, there was, like, some video of them, like, living together or something like that. That's what I know about that. Now, if they're not married, then okay, whatever. But
who cares?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was a good story, though.
Yeah. Either way, that's gonna be a really good match. Or, good match. Sorry, it's gonna be a really good pairing. All right. So that pretty much kicks off that. Let's get into the 40-minute match. Man, I don't know. I don't have anything but like. Look, I want to praise this match as much as I did. It's his first match back in 10 years. It was a really good program, but it was a really long last man standing match with Edge and Randy Orton. John, take it away.
What are we talking about?
Edge and Randy Orton.
Oh my god, it was so long. It was probably it was the longest. It almost lasted an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And it was it didn't need to be that long. Sure, it's Edge and Orton. And it was like a good, weird, hardcore match. But it was so damn long and slow. It didn't need to be that long. I think 30 minutes was way too much. It could have been like 20, 25 minutes, and then he would have won. But having this big old long match with no crowd, it was just too boring. With no commentary too. It was just going, "Oh my god," by Baron Saxon.
I was gonna say,
Edge winning,
"Oh my god,"
it was very.
It was weak.
You know, it was horrible commentary.
Like
and
even.
Then,
sorry, God.
It was good. It was okay. It was a good match. If it was shorter, it would have been way better. And then it had Edge winning, surprisingly.
Yeah. Honestly, like, okay, to kind of piggyback off of the commentary, my biggest issue was, like, it was just, they just sounded so bored during the match. Like, half the time it's like, oh my god, Edge is going to, he's going to stand on the barricade. Oh my god. And, like, okay, take Michael Cole, for instance. We might complain about him from time to time with his commentary, but at least he shows emotion in his commentary. He's like, oh my god! Or, you know, Mauro Ronaldo would be freaking screaming his head off during the match. Jim Ross would be like, by god! Those stairs had a family! Like, you know, like, show some emotion. Instead, they're over here, he's about to just do this. Like, what is that? Like, that's not commentary. That's just making a bunch of noises. But yeah, what'd you think? What was your favorite spot of the match, John?
Probably like the elbow drop off that ladder.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Good old TLC days.
Yeah. Yeah. You think do you think Edge is done after this, or you think he's gonna come back for more programs?
I think he might be done.
Yeah.
He said he wants to leave on his own terms, so maybe this is his own terms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Unless he like randomly has another program.
Mm-hmm.
And I say if he's a part-time, he could be good.
Yeah, like kind of like as you said over when we were watching it, like a Rock type program where he's like he just pops in every now and again.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, like Edge doesn't really need to have another match because it's like, well, who's he gonna work with? And also, like, you know, this storyline was built in for Edge. He gets his redemption win, his redemption from retirement. Boom. The story of Edge is finally fulfilled. I don't know, like, how else you can, there's really not much else you could do with Edge, you know? Truthfully, I think if they cut out a few of the spots in the match and just left, like, okay, like, take the scene with The Office, where they were at the office, they could have just cut that whole thing out. And they could have just went straight to the van. That would have been perfect. What'd you think of the finish?
It was a good finish. You know, you got be like literally paid back Orton stuff with the same move, I guess.
Yeah.
Took
What'd
forever.
you What'd you think of him crying?
Yeah, I don't understand the crying part. What was he crying for? He's being a
this,
baby. Big baby, bro.
this man assaulted your wife. This man almost ended your career. He literally brutalized Matt Hardy 2 weeks in a row. How are you going to be crying over attacking him? I don't understand that. It just makes no sense to me.
My friend that I was a tag team champion once with.
Oh my god, that's the only part that like threw me off. And like the sad thing is I couldn't even feel bad for him either. Because he put me through a 40-minute long match that just should have ended a long ass time ago. That was a long ass match. And you know it's bad when we're sitting here like talking about like Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe having another match in NXT, which was way more entertaining. But not to say that it was a bad match. It was just like it was long and boring at times. Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on the last man standing match, John?
No.
All right, we could end that there. Let's get into the Street Profits. Angel Garza and Austin Theory up against the Street Profits. What do you honestly, I don't know where to begin with this one cuz let's
Who the
let's
hell
be
is
honest.
Austin Theory?
Huh?
I want to start off with who the hell is Austin Theory? How did he just show up and get a title match? Why does whatever his name is look like Mini Andrade? Okay, why does he get the haircut? Literally came out with the haircut and ties, just looking like him with Zelina out.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that myself. It just like why? Like what is wrong with individualism? The man like had his own identity before this. And now he's like another Andrade. You might as well have him start doing the taunts too. Okay, Austin Theory, I don't know who he is. And that's why I knew they shouldn't have won, because it's like these guys are not established. Like neither one of these two are established. Right now there is no dimension to either of these characters. So until they have like, you know, some dimension and some establishment and credibility with the fans and, you know, just with the viewers, why are you gonna like fast track them to a tag title scene? You know, that was just the one part that like I was like scratching my head about. Like, why would you do that? The match itself wasn't bad. It's by no means a classic, because I really don't remember a thing that happened in that match. But I think that you know, like, it was good. It's good to see the Street Profits shine and have a good match. I was engaged in it. But honestly, the biggest thing I just thought about during this match, and John, you pretty much agreed with me because we were talking about it, is like Angelo Dawkins needs to change his freaking look. Why is he wearing a singlet and basketball shorts? He's over here looking like he just came from a basketball game with his kid or something.
Yeah, this dude looks like a basketball coach that teaches freaking 5th graders, okay? And he has like 3 kids, and he's a little depressed.
Like, yeah, it's just kind of like, what?
They got to get this man This guy's gonna. I'm sorry, people, but he gotta lose a little bit of that tummy so he could, have some confidence to show him his body. Because he clearly has no confidence. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
get those basketball shorts out of there and get him some charisma, man. This dude, you know, he's cool. He's like the chill guy, I guess. But he's never just how he wrestles, man. You look at Montez and he's freaking going crazy. And then you look at him and you're like, what the hell happened to him?
Yeah, I think that's another thing that just kind of like, Montez is just so talented and he like far outshines, like just his look, it just far outshines Angelo. That when Angelo's in, like like a cool guy, great person, I'm sure, but like you just look at him and you see him, it's just like, dude, get this guy some trunks, get this guy some knee pads and some shoes, and like make him look like a wrestler, man. Like this dude looks like he's just like wearing the same damn shorts all the time. Like, and he's been wearing this same exact attire since 2016. Since before, like 2 years before he paired up with or was it 1 year? Okay, 1 year before he paired up with with Montez Ford. And his slogan is the curse of greatness. I mean, he's cursed, but there's no greatness from what I'm seeing. He needs to change his look. But okay, other than that, it was still a pretty good match. I enjoyed Angelo, sorry. Montez Ford in this match. I very much enjoyed Montez Ford in this match. I thought I think he's going to be a star. I think without a doubt he's going to be a star one day. He might very well be a WWE champion one day. It's only a matter of time. And if you book him right, boom. Whenever he's ready to move on from the Street Profits, he will be a WWE champion one day. What'd you think of the aftermath of the match, John?
With Bianca Belair and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess Bianca, I don't know if she made a debut, or she just came to help her husband. So that was a little confusing. I don't understand why they were trying to make Angel Garza look strong and for Theory Man look stronger or something, because they're not a tag team. I know they're not going to be a tag team, so why the hell should I care? And it was just like a disappointing like debut.
Yeah. Honestly though, yeah, if it is a debut, it was a waste of a debut. I think that Bianca Belair, look, I'm not really a fan of hers. I mean, and I get why they paired her up with Montez Ford, because Montez Ford is either he's her fiance or they're together, whatever. It's cool because then you have a six-man pairing together, feud right there. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Bianca Belair could be mixing in with the women, or she should be mixing in with the women. Oh, drop my mic. Okay. All right. Any final thoughts on this one, John?
No, I'm done with this one.
All right. Cool. All right. Next, there's the Fatal 5-Way Elimination match. Take it away, John.
Okay, so this one was like it was an okay match. You got Tamina, Lacey Evans, and Naomi. and Bailey and Sasha. Two of those people I have no care in the world for, Lacey and Tamina. Tamina literally hasn't wrestled since last year at WrestleMania. She's just always like an extra. Lacey Evans, I don't think is ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the gimmick. I really don't. And
Well, she's obviously from the 70s, man.
from the wait, what do you mean, like a 70s kind of gimmick or something?
Yeah. I'm just taking a time period, I'll be honest.
Well, her gimmick's like a 40s housewife, but then she doesn't want to be a housewife. That makes no sense. Why represent like a 40s era if you're not gonna be a 40s era?
And
So I don't understand. It's a terrible gimmick. Naomi, there's been no build for her, so I don't really care anymore. And it should have been Bailey versus Sasha somehow. And they had a decent match where they always gang up on the big person, and then they just end up picking each other off, and then somehow Sasha and Bailey are still together, and Bailey retains.
honestly, I think that it was kind of okay. Let's go to Lacey Evans. The thing I don't understand about her gimmick is like, okay, so 1 minute she's the ex-Marine. Next day she's the sassy Southern Belle, which I think is just the stupidest name or alias. And then the next minute she's this proud of her kid. Don't talk about my kid. Overprotective. Per mom. I don't know. Like, there's just, it's just an inconsistency thing with her. But I think that okay. Getting back to the match itself. Look, all I will say is this: they had a decent shot to finally have Sasha and Bailey one-on-one. They squandered that. They had another shot to, by making this a fatal 5-way elimination match, to eventually lead to Sasha Bailey. They squandered that. Eventually, that people are going to get tired of waiting on it. And then when you finally do Sasha and Bailey, people are going to be tired of it. Or people are not going to even care anymore because you waited too long. Advice for the WWE? If you're watching this, I don't know why you would be watching it. I don't think you'd be watching it. But just get to the damn feud already. Stop holding off. Like, what are you holding off for? Why is it taking so long to do Sasha and Bailey? I personally don't care. I just want people to stop complaining already. I think okay, the match itself, it was decent, yes, but it was underwhelming. Like, it just made me realize, like, there is no development, no character development for any of these women except for Sasha and Bailey and Naomi sometimes whenever they do use her. And it's like, it just kind of like exposes just how dead the Divas division is. There's nothing, like, there's no anticipation for them. There's no, like, we're not gonna look back at this match and remember it as a classic. You and I can both agree to that, John. Like, what will this be the SmackDown Women's Champion for years to come now? Where it's like, oh, the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Raw Women's Championship, they're both going to get the multi-woman match treatment. I think that there needs to be more than, okay, we're just going to clump a bunch of women together and then you guys do whatever the hell you want for 5 minutes. But alright, that's enough on that. Let's get into the next match. All right, Firefly Funhouse match. This is, by the way, if we've been complaining this whole match, this whole podcast, this is where things are gonna get good, because this segment, this match, whatever you want to call it, was a hell of one. Alrighty, what are your thoughts on the Firefly Funhouse match, John?
I do agree with you. I don't know if this is a match or not, but it was a good segment match thing. It was weird. I don't understand. Where did he just teleported John Cena? And he was controlling John Cena's mind. Was John Cena going nuts as well as Bray Wyatt?
There was just so many moving parts.
It was a good change of pace.
Yeah.
Because it was so bad before, and it was actually something good.
Yeah. Honestly, like, there was so many moving parts to this match. I personally loved all the references that they had. I loved the such good shit part. I thought that was brilliant. I'm just so, like, I'm so surprised that they had so much liberty as they did in this match. It reminded me, like, it's so different in a sense that, like it just basically adds so much more, like, depth to Bray Wyatt, because in here you're seeing the mind of Bray Wyatt, which is basically, like, the main message of this match, at least what I got from it. And I'm sorry, John, were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought, like, the brilliance of it all, like, having Bray Wyatt cut the same promo as Kurt Angle did, and then John Cena comes out in his regular ring attire, and then it was just such a wacky promo and it was good to see the fist again. That's for sure. It was very good to see the fist. Now my only question is, like, what was with the John Cena NWO thing? That's what I have a question for. I didn't quite get that part. John?
Wait, so what?
What was with the NWO part? What do you think of that?
I don't know what that was. I really don't. I'm confused. Because both of them had no relation to WCW whatsoever. That was a little weird, unless... I don't know. I don't know what the WCW part was for the NWO. Unless it was just... I can't even say a thing for that.
I mean... Oh, sorry.
No, I just don't even know.
I think the only guess that I have from this is, and this might be a stretch, I don't know, I could be completely wrong, but, like, since John Cena came out as Hollywood Hulk Hogan, I guess what the message here was that Bray Wyatt is calling John Cena out for going Hollywood. I don't know. That's just kind of my guess. I don't really know, like. But what was your favorite part of this match, John?
Honestly, my favorite part was when he was just changing, like, attires and stuff, and they were becoming older characters and stuff, and coming back, and I guess, like, going off of their mistakes and stuff, and what they did, and what they are now.
Yeah. It was a brilliant match altogether. Do you see a match like this happening again with another character, and, like, seeing, like, their old gimmicks and stuff like that?
Maybe, yeah. I think with Kurt Angle would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think who would you want to see Bray Wyatt have another Firefly Funhouse match with?
Honestly, like I think any person that's had a long stay in WWE to be able to like, cause it's like more like poking out their weaknesses and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I would say maybe the Undertaker or AJ Styles. I'd be very interested to see like what they would pull together with either of those two. Um, yeah, but this would be an interesting chapter. And do you think that John Cena is gonna like pop up tomorrow or on Friday, by chance?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Yeah. Hmm. So I guess we could both agree that as a whole it was a good match. It was a good segment, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's get into the main event. John, what are your thoughts on the main event?
Um, Short match, like always, but it was good. Made Drew look really strong. Paul Heyman looked like he didn't give a damn.
I know. Huh.
He's like, whatever.
After the match, he just had like the most blank facial expression. I was like, what the hell? That was so abnormal because he's usually the one who's like always emoting and like, oh my god. I wonder if he like got in a fight with somebody backstage or something.
I don't know. It was random.
Yeah. Whew. Well, all right. So, which night was better in your opinion?
Honestly, night one. Honestly,
Night one.
because besides the Firefly Funhouse, there was nothing too spectacular.
That's true. That's true. And night.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
one had like I really liked the Undertaker match versus AJ, and the tag team for SmackDown wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
That's about it. Oh, and the Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Well, all right. I'll agree with that because, like, honestly, like the matches were way too long for night two, and that's an understatement, especially after seeing the Last Man Standing match. Yeah, and like, okay, the Firefly Funhouse match. Thing about the Firefly Funhouse match is I can't really consider it a match. There was hardly any physicality. It felt more like a Saturday Night Live special or something. And that's not an insult either because I find Saturday Night Live very entertaining. But can we honestly say that like there was enough physicality in that match to constitute it being a match? I don't really think so.
No.
Yeah. Alright. Well, but overall, what would you give this year's WrestleMania? If we're giving it a letter grade or a rating out of 10 or however you want to rate
it. Letter grade. Let's go with letter.
Okay.
It was like a C minus.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I would give it a C. A C for me. Like a C. It wasn't the best WrestleMania. It's certainly not going to be one of the best either. And if WWE tries to even build this as one of the most iconic WrestleManias, I'm sorry, but nobody is going to agree with that. Like this just wasn't. There just wasn't enough. Like that's it's crazy to say that because there's 16 matches both nights. On back-to-back nights, there's 16 goddamn matches. But even still, there just wasn't enough to, like, this just wasn't satisfying. You know, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan wasn't long enough. Edge and Randy Orton went on too long. And there's just so much that, like, it just fell flat. That for me, I cannot possibly give this anything higher than a C. That's just for me. Well, alright. Do you have any final thoughts, John?
Should have been not canceled, but pushed back.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the same thing. And I hope that WWE's taking a break after this, because quite frankly, wrestling just doesn't work without a crowd. Doesn't matter where. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it does not work because there's no. It's just a bunch of slamming noises, and it's a bunch of yelling during the matches. It's honestly kind of sad. You know, it felt like a parody of wrestling. And I don't want to be watching a parody. I want to watch, I want to get the whole experience. I want to be satisfied. And like I said on WrestleMania Part 1, like I get that you guys are trying to put smiles on faces, but like, I would think that like, when I watch wrestling, I want an escape from reality. I want an escape from things going on that are bothering me. Like, make me forget there's a virus going on in this world. Make me enjoy my time. Make it worthwhile. And when I sit here and I'm watching this and I'm bored out of my mind, that's not an escape. That's just torture. I hate to say it, but yeah. That's really all it is. Well, alright. That's going to conclude it for the show today. Do you have any buy or sells, John?
Yeah, don't buy the network.
Okay, that's fair. Actually, I got a buy or sell for you. So, the Boneyard match or the Firefly Funhouse match? Which are you buying?
Oh,
which
I'd rather Boneyard, man.
Yeah.
I love the Boneyard. It actually was a match. It had a good story to it.
Yeah.
That wasn't too confusing.
That's true. And I'm buying on the Boneyard match. I'm selling on the Firefly Funhouse. I was very much sports entertained by it, but the Boneyard match was just so good. It was a perfect finale. If that was the ending of the Undertaker character, perfect. I think all of it was perfectly done. Great. Yeah, that's the best thing I could say about it. Like, I really everything was perfect. Everything. There was enough physicality for it to really
everything was phenomenal.
That. Damn it, John. I'm supposed to be doing the puns. No, but that was good, John. That was good. Alright. Well, yeah. So that'll be it. Match recommendation of the week. What do you got, John?
Check out the Boneyard match. If you haven't watched the WrestleMania, just watch the Boneyard match. Just watch that.
Alright. I got Jeff Hardy. Yeah. That was a good match. I got Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal. The one where he missed the whisper in the wind.
Such a good match. Jinder Mahal, you're such a good guy with the good timing.
That was awful.
And great selling as well.
Oh my god. If there's ever a match that needed to be taped and edited, it's certainly that one. Oh man. Okay, but in all honesty, I'm going to go with John on this one. The Boneyard match. Great match. Phenomenal match. No pun intended there. It was a hell of a match. You guys gotta watch it regardless. No excuses. You people literally have nothing to do. You're quarantined. But in all honesty, great match, great stuff. Alright, that's gonna conclude the show. Take care, guys. We're out.